Kevin, guys like you and Steph have been so successful and dominant so long. What do you work on when you're thinking about how do I get better this summer coming into the season?
It's a great question. I think at this point in my career, I just want to continue to fine-tune the small things in my game. Can be small as one dribble pull-ups right or shooting a left-hand layup. I'm just trying to fine-tune as much as I can, find the small details in my game to get better.
And I know I was there in Brazil when you played with DeMarcus Cousins with the Olympic team. That's a really good chance to get to know him as a teammate. What have you learned about him?
What I told him there in 2016 is I understand you now. When you get close to somebody and you hear the narratives and everything from the outside, it's kind of hard to gauge. But when I got up close with DeMarcus, I understood where he comes from, how he was raised, and how his basketball background. Once I understood that, it made it easier for me to play with him, and I started to recognize, appreciate all the skills that he had.
Maybe what's one thing that you had a misconception about DeMarcus that you found out wasn't how he is?
Just always angry, you know what I'm saying? It's especially now that's how people view me at this point, I get it, because no, I'm not angry. It's just who I am, how I was raised, and what I've been through so far to get here. So, when you start to understand what guys been through and how they approach the game, it makes you appreciate the small things.
You successfully joined a team of all-stars 2 seasons ago. What advice would you give DeMarcus as he's trying to do the same this year?
Well, just to know that you're going to see the best version of him. When you play with great players, you're going to bring out some stuff that you never really thought you had in your bag. And that was the greatest thing about coming here with the Warriors, that I had to unlock other parts of my game, and I know DeMarcus is going to do the same thing.
And you'll be waiting for DeMarcus to come back with his health. You also lost JaVale McGee. You lost Zaza Pachulia. So what does that mean for the bigs position here with the Warriors, especially at the early point of the season?
Well, last year we did a lot of big by committee. Sometimes we started Zaza, we finished with JaVale. I think this year, when you got somebody like that, you don't even really need to do a committee. We got Damian Jones, who can come in and give us some good backup minutes, but until DeMarcus comes back, probably is going to start for us. And then we got Looney, who could play the 4 and the 5. So, along with having a good depth, we got the best center in the league as well. So it's a good mix.
You told me people think you're mad or angry. How do you feel? What are you about? What year are you entering in the league now? 12? How does KD enter his 12th year of the league?
With a little bit more poise and experience, knowing how to approach the situation, knowing that everything is always just about basketball. Come in, go to work, and go home. Nothing else really matters. And I think that's just a perfect place to be in at this point.
All right, well, I wish you the best of luck in year 12.
Appreciate it.